I've said it before, but the more I look at the Nintendo Switch 2 lineup, the more I'm tempted to buy one. And for turn-based RPG fans, things are starting to get interesting. We have a new Fire Emblem, a fully turn-based Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest monsters, Trails, Brigandine, and several games worth watching. So here are 11 upcoming turn-based RPGs and strategy games that should be on your radar. Let's go!
We'll never win the battles ahead without them. We need as many as
Let's start with the obvious one, Fire Emblem. Fortune's Weave is easily the Switch 2 game I'm most interested in. The new adventure follows 4 protagonists across different periods, with time travel playing an important role in the story. Combat remains tactical and grid-based, but new mechanics like Blaze Arts should add another layer to battles. Between multiple storylines, army development, and heroes from different eras, this looks considerably more ambitious than I expected. And honestly, this might be the game that finally makes me buy the console.
Games have begun! You won't let you hurt her!
Failure is not an option for me either. But that's only because I don't have any choice!
Fire Emblem, Fortune's Weave.
What if
Final Fantasy Resonance immediately caught my attention for one simple reason. It's fully turn-based. Battles revolve around exploiting weaknesses, staggering enemies, and creating opportunities for stronger attacks. There's also a vision system that brings characters from Final Fantasy history into party building. I'm curious to see how much depth that adds beyond the nostalgia factor. Either way, seeing a new Final Fantasy return to traditional turn-based combat is already enough to get my attention.
But be warned, fearsome foes await at every turn.
So, Lady Luck smile upon me today?
Put your skills and magic to the test.
will be rather painful.
And summon espers to your aid. A new age of pixel art starts here.
Dare you to keep up with my blade! You're insane!
Heroes resonate across worlds. Final Fantasy Resonance. Available October 22nd.
Prepare for an all-new monster-filled adventure!
If you enjoy collecting and developing monsters, this could consume a dangerous amount of your free time. Bianca and Nera from Dragon Quest V and once again revolves around recruiting creatures, training them, and creating stronger monsters through synthesis. And that synthesis system is usually where Dragon Quest monsters becomes incredibly addictive. You're not just collecting creatures, you're constantly thinking about what they might eventually become.
Monsters to create more powerful allies. Now, take on the most fearsome of foes with a team that's uniquely your own. Adventure is calling, and it's monstrously fun. Dragon Quest Monsters, the Withered World.
Huh. About time you got here.
I will go.
Another Eden Begins follows Aldo across 3 completely different time periods. Combat is traditional and command-based, with 19 characters available for party building. But what makes this one particularly interesting is New Game Plus, where your characters carry over and different choices can lead to more than 10 endings. And with Masato Kato and Yasunori Mitsuda involved, the chrono comparisons are going to be difficult to avoid. Definitely one to watch. If you've never played Trails in the Sky, don't start here. Second chapter directly continues Estelle and Joshua's story and is one of the most important entries in the Trails series. This remake brings back crafts, S-crafts, orbments, tactical party building and the slower character-driven storytelling the series is known for. The biggest problem? It releases on the same day as Fire Emblem and another Eden Begins. Good luck with that backlog.
All of it is because of you! Trails in the Sky, second chapter.
Releasing September 2026.
者ども、拝聴せよ。今ここにアビスローは復活。
Brigandine Abyss might be the most turn-based lovers game on this list. You're not simply controlling a party, you're managing an entire war through territories, armies, commanders, resources, and monsters. Mission mode also expands the playable nations to 24, with different factions pursuing completely different objectives. If you like strategy RPGs, where the campaign map matters just as much as individual battles, keep an eye on this one. I've been waiting for DECAPOLICE for what feels like forever. You play a detective investigating crimes both in the real world and inside a virtual recreation of the city called DECAPOLICE. You gather clues, organize evidence, reach conclusions, and occasionally resolve situations through RPG battles. It's a strange mixture of detective game and turn-based RPG. And that is exactly why I want to try it. Now, level 5 just needs to finally release it.
それって完全に犯罪だぞ。これが犯罪だと。この狂った街では手段を選んではいられない。私腹を肥やす豚どもは一匹残らず排除する。
Metaphor isn't new, but its arrival on Switch 2 is still significant. You have the archetype system, turn-based battles, relationship building, exploration, and the familiar Atlas calendar where almost everything costs precious time. I played Metaphor already, and honestly, this feels like exactly the kind of RPG that works well on a handheld. Long conversations, endless menus, character builds, perfect sofa material.
And may the fates smile on thy journey.
Wandering Sword is another existing RPG, making the jump to Switch 2. It takes place in a Wuxia-inspired world filled with martial arts schools, companions, and different fighting styles. Battles can be played in real-time or turn-based mode, while character progression goes extremely deep. Weapons, martial arts techniques, internal disciplines, meridians. Basically, lots of numbers going up, which is usually enough to make me happy.
さて始めますか。信じられない。
Atelier Karia continues the series' focus on gathering, crafting, exploration, and alchemy. This time, Karia can even eat ingredients and synthesize food to gain different effects and abilities. Combat isn't completely turn-based, so I'm putting a small asterisk next to this one. There are real-time elements and parries, but you can also pause combat to select skills and items through a command menu. I'd still love another fully turn-based Atelier, but this looks interesting enough to include. And finally, Gravastar. This indie JRPG immediately stood out because its turn-based combat takes inspiration from old-school fighting games. Characters have different moves and attack inputs, allowing you to build longer combinations during your turn. That sounds unusual for a JRPG, which is exactly why I'm interested. There's still no release date, but mechanically, this could be one of the most original games on the list. So those are 11 upcoming Nintendo Switch 2 RPGs and strategy games worth keeping an eye on. But what about you? Which game are you waiting for the most? And did I miss another upcoming Switch 2 RPG that deserves a spot? Let me know in the comments. Wish you the best.